Hi, I'm Kate from Lock Focus. This video is part of our Homelock training series. Today, our installation expert Andrew will take you through how to install our Homelock EL100 strike, code pad and exit button.
So now what we want to do is the strike cutout. So firstly we start off by measuring the latch position on the door as shown in the instructions on page 15 and marking a position on the jamb for X. Once you've done this, then what you can do is either in the back of the instruction booklet you can cut out the paper template, or you can use the included strike sticker template, stick it into the location, make sure you line up X with this dotted line here as shown on here, and then cut out the template as shown. Now that you've made the cutout, what you can do is do a quick test fit to make sure that it all fits properly. Just slide that in there. Make sure you're happy with all the fitment, and once you are happy with it all, you drill the 2 holes for the mounting screws. Now that we've got the strike installed, now we move on to installing the code pad. So you want to have the code pad mounted on the outside or somewhere that's easily accessible. So what we can do is figure out where we want to put the back plate for the code pad along the wall, making sure that it's easily accessible for children or adults or whoever may be using it. So in this case, we've chosen this position here. Once you've got the position that you're happy with, you then just need to drill the 2 pilot holes for the screws to hold it, and then also a hole in the centre to allow for electrical connections. Now that we've mounted the code pad backplate, what we need to do is mount the exit button backplate. You can put this wherever you like. In this particular case, we've chosen to mount it at a similar height to the code pad on the inside where there's easy access. Then all we need to do is pilot drill the 2 holes. You can have 2 or you can have 4 depending on your installation, and then also the centre hole here for the wires to run through. So now we're ready for our cable connections. Attached to the strike is 450mm cable, and what we need to do is run this up to where the code pad is, because the code pad mounts onto here. So simply feed the wire through here and up out through the top. So what we do is we run the cable up, pull it out through here so there's enough to be able to connect it to the code pad, and then once you've done that you can put the 2 screws into place to hold this nice and firmly in place, ready to be used. So now we have the 300mm exit button cable. This joins between the exit button and the code pad, so we need to make sure that we have access to be able to feed this through down into the code pad. So now, as we can see here, we've run the cable through from the exit button down and out to where the code pad is here, ready for connection between the 2. So now we want to connect the exit button. All we need to do is connect this port here with this plug here. Push the 2 together. Once they're together, feed the wire in, hook it on, and do up the screw at the bottom. So on the code pad there's actually 5 ports on the back. The top middle one we don't actually use, that's a programming port, but the other 4, there's 1, 2, 3 and 4, they're for strike and code pad or exit button connections. So the 2 on the left here, the 2 bigger ones, they're for strike connections, and you can see by the size of the strike cable that that's what plugs in. It doesn't matter which one you plug it into, you can plug it into either one and it'll work. Same with the exit button cable or a code pad cable, you can plug that into any one of the 2 ports on the right hand side. So we do that by simply getting the plug, lining up in the right direction and plugging it in. It's a nice snug fit. Just make sure it's pushed in nice and firmly. And we do the same on the code pad, and then we're ready to go. Just feed the wires back in so it sits in nice and well. Push it on there and then do up the screw from underneath.
We hope you have found this instructional video helpful. For further information, please refer to your Homelock EL100 instruction booklet or contact our Lock Focus customer service team.